circulation, walking till we fall.
Gotta feel by the headlines, no fear headline tapes are gonna sell like we was giving them away. Let your dealer was a doozy, by the pistol pack and Susie. Don't know any better way to make a newsies day.
It's the headline, newsies on a mission, kill the competition, sell the next edition. We'll be out there, carrying the banner, see us out there, carrying the winner. We'll be out there, carrying the banners. We'll all be out there, carrying the banner man to man. We're always out there, soaking every sucker that we can. Here's the headline, newsies on a mission, kill the competition, sell the next edition. We'll be out there, carrying the banner, see us out there, carrying the banner, always out there, carrying the banner.
Holy shit. Welcome, graduating seniors. Welcome, families. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please remain standing for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran red, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You may be seated.
Family, friends, faculty, and fellow graduates, what a beautiful day to commemorate our many achievements and one of the biggest milestones we have experienced thus far. We are genuinely honored to introduce the graduating class of 2021 for LCHS's first ever Rose Bowl graduation. I would first like to thank the senior class vice president, Andrew Chi, for always being my designated hype man when I felt discouraged, and for Andrew Hahn, the ASB president, for being my partner in crime who always managed to make everyone around him laugh. And of course, I could never forget the rest of the amazing ASB senior class, teachers, and administration for helping put together a year we will truly remember. A special shout out to Mr. Saavedra and Ms. Beatty for being the backbone of these 4 years with their continuous contributions to ASB and their dedication to their students. Lastly, I would like to thank my family for always pushing me to new heights that I never thought were possible. Wow. With the amount of obstacles this class has faced, especially in this year, I am proud to recognize our tenacity as we stand here to graduate. This last year has been anything but simple. With the COVID-19 pandemic, the wildfires, the presidential election, and the Black Lives Matter movement, to name a few. If there is any takeaway from this whole experience, it's that we have learned to be appreciative, creative, and patient, tools we can carry along with us as we continue our journey in life. We were forced to grow up quickly and process the world unfolding around us. What you go through now, tomorrow, next year, and so on prepares you for what has to come next. I am so proud of all of us. They say people only remember the first and forget the rest, but I believe that these 4 years have set the course of our journey, and we will carry many of these memories with us. Thank you all so much. I love you all. Congratulations.
Once again, we welcome you to the historic Rose Bowl. Wow, how great is this? The home of my UCLA Bruins. Hopefully, most of us are vaccinated for COVID. Personally, I recently got my 5th dose of the Moderna vaccine. My invisibility and x-ray vision are finally starting to kick in. You know, speaking of COVID, all of us have been stripped of a single speck of a traditional senior year. So it's unbelievable that more of us haven't dropped out to pursue a career dancing on TikTok. Senior year has been an extremely wild ride, even more so than past graduating classes, which is truly a testament to the resilience and perseverance of the great and honorable class of 2021. Sorry. So sit tight and let's get the show on the road.
How do I lower that? Oh, okay. Good evening. My name is Madeline Reynoso, and I'd like to start off by saying I am so appreciative and grateful for having the opportunity to be here today, speaking to all of you in person to celebrate the La Cañada High School class of 2021. To our can I take off my mask? Okay. To our parents and families, administrators, teachers, and staff, we are so thankful for your support, guidance, and encouragement that has made so much of our success possible. Now to my fellow graduates, we made it. In spite of the countless hours we spent on TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Netflix, just to name a few, these past 4 years, we are getting our diplomas. It truly feels surreal to be here. In the blink of an eye, our time as Spartans just flew by. At this very moment, knowing that we are finally done with high school, graduating, and beginning the rest of our lives is so bittersweet. Like many of you, I am ecstatic to be entering college and beginning my next exciting chapter. Yet, before we throw our caps in celebration, I would like to reminisce and reflect on the memories we shared the last 4 years. Let me begin with freshman year, specifically physics class with Dr. E. Every day was an adventure, and you never knew what was going to happen. Some days, Dr. E would be doing push-ups on your desk or walking on his hands around the room. There were also the other countless labs we completed. My favorite was the egg drop from the 3rd floor, sponsored by our own homemade contraptions. For those of you wondering, my egg did in fact crack. Aside from Dr. E's class, another fond memory from freshman year I look back on were the football games. Walking into the stadium and hearing the roaring sounds from the flaggies, songies, and cheerleaders, parents in the stands and players too, and percussion of the band was thrilling. On chilly fall Friday nights, there was no place we would have rather been than at those games. As time continued, we moved on to sophomore year, the year we all know too well as honors English and honors chemistry. I vividly recall being greeted by Mr. V and the little bow he does as I entered his room on the first day. Like everyone else in my 5th period, I was terrified of what was to come based on the stories I had heard. Although I thoroughly enjoyed his class, Mr. V definitely lived up to his reputation. I know my classmates and I had the sleepless nights wondering how in the world we were going to correctly analyze the symbols on Achilles' shield, or how to write an essay explaining how Homer portrays his philosophical beliefs in the Iliad. Although Mr. V's course load was undeniably challenging, honors chemistry was probably the most difficult class I took throughout high school. I know many of you can agree. Walking into that class knowing you had a test was nerve-wracking. Grabbing the assigned calculator and hustling back to your desk to review stoichiometry notes one last time, those were the days. It was the worst, though, when you finally got the test, looked at it, and realized you had no idea what you were doing. Fortunately, we all survived and moved on to junior year. Junior year, the year of biology, but much more importantly, the year we all finally had our driver's licenses. With Mr. Haney and his labs, biology was a wild ride. My table mates and I were running laps around the 3rd floor, conducting gel electrophoresis, grinding liver fragments, or observing our table's mascot. I don't mean to sound biased here, but my table's mascot, the whip scorpion, was hands down the best one. After class was over, it was a whole new ballgame of running out to your car for lunch. Finally, we had the freedom to get Chipotle or Starbucks and no more cafeteria food. What my friends and I were looking forward to most with our newfound freedom was having a few extra minutes at lunch on block days. However, we all know getting those few extra minutes was no easy task. First, you had to get a homeroom teacher that would let you leave class early. Shout out to those special teachers, you know who you are. Then it was getting to the car without being caught, and finally exiting campus. Sometimes it felt like mission impossible, but for those of us who were successful each week, I think we can all agree those lunches just tasted better. Aside from our new freedom, junior year was also the year what felt like all of La Cañada packed into Azusa Pacific University to watch the men's basketball team try and clinch the CIF championship title. I know that game made us all so proud to be Spartans. I'd like to take a moment to also recognize the other outstanding teams, such as baseball, who played at Dodger Stadium, women's tennis and men's swimming and diving, who won CIF, and softball and women's and men's soccer, who have repeatedly won their leagues these last 4 years. Let's give them a round of applause. Getting back to my timeline, although we all wanted to see junior year end like it was supposed to, naturally, bow down, the pandemic put a wrench into our plans, and we were propelled into senior year via Zoom. I wish I had countless memories to share about the excitement and experiences of our senior year, but I know we made the most of the events that we shared. Senior Scooter Day, Commitment Day, prom, and grad nights are memories we will cherish forever. The year was far from perfect, but it was ours. Regardless of all the hardships and challenges we faced this past year, we've persevered and made it here today. And this is where my story concludes, with the brave, resilient, courageous, strong, intelligent, resourceful, and determined class of 2021 proudly graduating here today at the iconic Rose Bowl. And this is where I'm gonna have to try really hard not to cry, so just give me a moment. While writing this speech and reflecting on our journey, I kept asking myself, what do I really want the class of 2021 to remember? Although the sporting events we attended were thrilling, and the academic achievements we accomplished were exceptional, I realized what really made our time at LCHS special was the people we spent it with. Look around, fellow classmates in front and behind you, to your left and to your right. For many of us, this group includes our very best friends. Fellow classmates, you each made our collective La Cañada High School experience unforgettable. I know I can say for certain there is no class I would have rather walked the halls with than the La Cañada class of 2021. Congratulations, class of 2021. I wish you all so much joy and happiness in the future. Now get out there and crush it. Congratulations. Thank you.
Tell me where
Good evening, parents,
faculty members,
and the La Cañada High School class of 2021. Who could have guessed we'd be in the Rose Bowl of all places tonight? It seems surreal that we're all here, in person, celebrating this important milestone together. Although, I must say, you all look a lot better on Zoom.
Making it onto this stage today was no easy task. We've all faced obstacles trying to get here tonight. Seriously, getting out of the house for once was a bit of a challenge this morning. I just wanted to stay in bed on Zoom all day.
What JT means to say is, we've persevered through 4 years of high school, tackling anything that pushed us to our limits. We were part of a new generation of students, the Zoom learners, affectionately known as the Zoomers. Defined by their reclusive nature, lack of an official SAT score, and hypersomnia despite waking up at 11 a.m. every single day. Zoomers are the result of nearly unlimited screen time and a year of isolation. I've been cowering away in my room for so long that at family gatherings, my own parents are beginning to tell me that I've grown taller.
On a typical Monday afternoon, you can observe a Zoomer eating breakfast in bed, brushing their hair, completing homework for their calculus class, all the while listening to Mr. Beatty's passionate, booming voice infiltrate their eardrums. The feats Zoomers can accomplish are remarkable, especially once you observe them with your own eyes.
But in all seriousness, we are a class that is fully adapted to the online world. The theater department spearheaded LC Play Plus, a streaming service that acted as the hub for all things creative in the distance learning world. Students created short films, documentaries, and skits that were published on the site, available for the whole community to enjoy.
Sports came back in full force at the start of the new year. Sports such as volleyball, swimming, basketball, wrestling, soccer, tennis, and golf all ended the year with successful seasons. With the dedication of the players and staff, family and friends were able to witness one last hurrah from our Spartan athletes.
Band and orchestra released dozens of virtual projects. The individual recordings made by the students were stitched together into a beautiful arrangement of instruments to create a meaningful substitute to traditional performances.
The engineering team even led online workshops where students can continue building, coding, and testing their robots and machines with the support of their peers from home.
Students weren't the only ones adapting to this new environment. Teachers and faculty members also made drastic changes to integrate themselves into the Zoom era.
Take Dr. Brookie, for instance. He spent 8 months imagining how great chamber singers sounded behind their webcams.
Or maybe Mr. Geckel, whose passionate rants about food emanated from our laptops. Now, everyone at home knows where to find the best taco trucks in the Arts District of LA.
Even Mr. V, our favorite Greek god, no longer intimidated his students while teaching them. This wasn't because he made any changes to his teaching style. It's just that his prized crowbar wasn't as menacing on the small computer screens. Jokes aside, while many drastic changes have been made in the last year, even in normal times, the class of 2021 can be defined by our tendency to adapt and innovate.
We were the first group of students to have our own Chromebooks. This revolutionary education tool helped us hone in on our skills in 2048, making our class one of the most successful at dealing with exponential functions. Just ask Miss Dastic,
No,
Miss Bontemps,
she doesn't work she doesn't work here anymore, Noah.
Mr. McDermott.
I wish he were still here.
Well, I guess you can say we were so capable that even our math teachers were encouraged to explore new horizons.
We were the first group of students to take physics in our freshman year. We were the first high school class to have a full 4 years of sleeping in and starting class at 8:30 instead of the dreaded 7:30 a.m. bell. We were the first high school class to have prom on campus. And most notably, we were the first and only class to convince Mr. Weld to retire after 90 long years at La Cañada High School.
Throughout our entire high school career, our class has been on the forefront of several great accomplishments. Current senior girls helped create Girls Who Code, a club designed to encourage young women to enter the field of computer science and hardware.
SNHS engaged in lectures and panels on dozens of topics in the scientific field, from biology to physics to mental health awareness.
We've dealt with change and continued to create and pursue marvelous things. The Omega Yearbook, as well as the Ink and the Iris, our literary arts magazine, came through and created a wonderful edition this year.
Even outside of school, students got involved with social movements advocating for change and equality in response to current events around the world.
To be blunt, it's been difficult. We have all suffered great losses. We've missed out on experiences and were separated from our friends and family for the majority of last year. While we all will take the experiences of this year with us as we grow, now is the time to continue onward. Now is the time to continue upward. Each and every single one of you has a passion that you will pursue. Our class has a deep foothold in every area, from the fine arts all the way to the STEM fields.
As we branch off onto our separate roads, our Spartan values of honesty, creativity, and determination will undoubtedly point all of us towards success. Ms. Walsh, Mrs. Clemens, and Mr. Zimmerman are some of the teachers who embody these values. Throughout their tenure at LCHS, they have helped guide students to this stage today, inspiring us, as a class, with their passion and resilience for the last 4 years. The students and staff at La Cañada High School sincerely appreciate their efforts and dedication to us, along with so many others, and we wish them well on their future endeavors.
The world is opening up again.
Spartans, do what you do best.
Innovate
Inspire
and spread the fiery class of 2021 spirit with the world.
Thank you.
That was brilliant, gents. Dear assembled guests, Spartan parents, caregivers, and families, my dear friends of La Cañada High School, LCHS faculty and staff, Superintendent Sinet, our governing board, and our cabinet officers, and most of all, the amazing graduates of the class of 2021. As principal of the high school, it's one of the highest honors to speak with you tonight, and I'm humbled by the chance to address this audience on a night rich with meaning. Students, we're here to celebrate and honor the conclusion of your studies in La Cañada Unified on this joyous day of your graduation. Give yourself a round of applause. Your diplomas are nearly in hand, and you're seated in a stadium of loved ones, joined by many others watching our celebration via live stream at home. That we're here is the victory, together, in person, on one of the grandest stages in the land. And that we're here says a great deal about who we are as a learning community and what we value. For 58 weeks or more, you achieved at a very high level what many other school communities struggle with. You continued on with your studies, rejoined programs at the earliest moment we could open them, and they thrived. While many other school communities struggled with access, struggled with engagement, and struggled with campus cohesion, our students and families remain committed to our core value that education matters, learning matters, and that you matter. Please allow me to underscore that last point. You matter, students, so very, very much. And we could not have done any of this without your continued, amazing, humbling effort. Thank you. To be sure, not all thrived evenly, with the toll on our students' social, emotional well-being, and mental health challenged markedly by the loss of routine, the impersonality of Zoom, about the heavy and difficult experiences we collectively have faced in navigating this most unique year. I felt the energy of our seniors during first semester ebb as the pandemic endured and we began second semester still away from one another. Yet you remained steadfast and resilient and pressed on. And I was so impressed, so proud, and so grateful. Yet even as we acknowledge collectively that attending school online for over a year was difficult, we balance against those struggles the numerous examples of the enduring strength of this student body and the steadfast leadership of our superintendent, her cabinet, and our governing board. Everyone leaning in and growing beyond our known capacities to chart waters never explored within the history of this extraordinary district, LCUSD. Proof of your achievements abound and will remain for me the much more prominent artifacts and memories of our school during this pandemic. We began this academic year with fires in our immediate area, and many in our community were also struggling with the reality that friends and loved ones were facing war in communities far from La Cañada. Our students rallied to support those in need with beautiful collaborations that materially and spiritually uplifted those suffering and in need. The LCHS Armenian Club raised $25,000 of humanitarian aid to assist the war-torn communities in Artsakh and Armenia, partnering with Glendale Adventist Hospital in an extraordinary outpouring of love and care. Our performing arts students and faculty created a burgeoning body of online content on our new digital platform, LC Play Plus. LCHS Robotics pressed on in garages and workshops away from LCHS. Spartan Athletics thrived. And hard-fought victories in boys tennis over San Marino. Girls track winning the Rio Hondo League title for the first time in nearly 30 years. Playoff runs by soccer, guys and gals, wrestling, softball, baseball, basketball on both sides, boys and girls. Our boys volleyball team, did you know our boys volleyball team reached the CIF semifinal for the first time in school history? With swim and dive winning the Rio Honda League championships. Individual accomplishments are too many to list. But I do wish to again congratulate Ray for his CIF dive championship and Lauren for scoring over 1,000 points in her Spartan career, one of the five people to do so. Take also, dear friends, take also the many, many students who were celebrated at our most recent awards night, one component of which showed their achievement and the ongoing support for their studies that totals hundreds of thousands of dollars in merit aid, grant, and scholarships for their ongoing education. Outstanding, Spartans. Are these the things of a campus community in retreat? No way. They are the things of school, rallying together to do what it always has done, showcase the unique talents and abilities of these exceptional students. So, graduates of the class of 2021, I want you to hear from me directly. I'm so proud of you, honored by your achievement, your tenacity of spirit, and your resilience. You've done much, overcome so much, and shown your quality of character. You are deserving, genuinely, of our congratulations. You've done well. I hope that you use the lessons from this exceptional year to help fuel you in the future. Other hard times will no doubt come. But now you know how to respond because you kept working, you kept applying yourself, you kept caring, and you gave everything that you could to be successful. And I'm so grateful. That's my wish for you, Spartans, that you keep with you this idea that you matter so very much, that your effort matters so very much, and you demonstrated great things in this pandemic. We could not have done it without you, and we are so, so very proud of you. Congratulations, class of 2021. Thank you. Miss Sinette, it is my pleasure to present to you the 12th grade class of 2021. It is my pleasure to certify that the students before you have completed the requirements necessary for graduation as outlined in the governing board policy.
Mr. Cardinal, on behalf of the governing board of the La Cañada Unified School District, I accept your presentation of the class of 2021, and I extend to each and every one of them my heartfelt congratulations on the successful completion of their high school course of study. Dear seniors, I wish you all every happiness and success in the brilliant futures that lie beyond LCHS. Principal Cardinal and Governing Board, please commence with conferring the diplomas.
Andrew Sunmin Han.
Seema Heya Kayali.
Madeline Lee Reynoso.
JT Salcido.
Noah Trong.
Bethany Lauren Coe.
Allison Isabella Rayer.
Christian Cabello.
Ray Walter Whipley.
Ashley Huh.
Audrey Isabella Malillo.
Juno Kuzik.
Matthew J. Yoshida.
Jordan Akeson Lay.
Eleni Nicole Matarisi.
Daniel Wu.
Ethan Jared Flores.
Margaret Joanne McKenzie.
Eliana Sophia Gabriel.
Jordan William Jaross.
Harold Adrian Belen Aguirre.
Giannis Andreas Christos Sotras.
Ava Rebecca Gabriel.
Emily Ann Clapmust.
Akul Goyle.
Giancarlo Cornell Cunho.
Grace Catherine Lee.
Patience win.
Jackson Kai Reese.
Keegan John Serdar.
Lauren Rose Nomoto.
Kelly McKinney Serdar.
Milo Ho-Young Jun.
Joshua Ethan Fung.
Megan Hani O.
Josette Segismundo.
Raisa Hemati.
Stefan Badescu.
Ashley Schaefer.
William Hua.
Derek Howard On.
Go ahead. Ashley Kate Olson.
Aletta Sakiko Hill.
Derek Jeong.
Kartik Aaron.
Connor Hall.
Allison Emily King.
Sophie Ann Clarkson.
Ryan Thomas King.
Andrew Van Ignatian.
Lauren Hong.
Justine Madison Fisher.
Pablo Becker Peral.
Riley Fisher.
Allison Kate Flynn.
Rachel Elizabeth Agnew.
Adam Driscoll.
Ian Beck.
Kimball Barrett Henriad.
Charlotte Rose Landon.
Amelia Eve Seropian.
Jackson Takashi Hamada.
Luka Velko Jovanovic.
Emily Claire Strauss.
Sarah Peck.
Mahir Gaurav Sukatme.
Marco Velko Jovanovic.
Nadia Lauren Lintag.
Solange Monique Aguero.
Matthew Charles Kresmer.
Caleb Sa.
Christina Malikian.
Meadow Alexandra Solares.
Harrison Scott Johnstone.
Abraham G.
Megan Nicole McCurchian.
Mari Kokas.
Narek Kachikian.
Chase Andrew Kirstein.
Ayla Ann Nappy.
Ellie Glenn Massimino.
Brian Wong.
Samuel Peter Salet.
Sydney Wong.
Catherine May Al. I think you look beautiful.
Anjali Paul.
Danielle Elizabeth Wilson.
Daria Paul.
Keaton Grant Comstock.
Ethan Hyun Kim.
Leah Sue Laska Sandelman.
Jonah Garland.
Ryan Young Morgan.
Jaden Ann Husfeld.
Callan Nicole Brakeman.
Stephen Kirk Broberg.
Miguel Joaquin Tayeda.
Stephanie Huang.
Suri Fang.
Jason James Carr.
Connor Jack Grogan.
Samira Iqbal.
Helen Julia Fensky.
Garrett Morikawa.
Cole Riker Hamas.
Alex Panda Sirkin.
Skyla Park.
Sahith Cheru Mondandan.
Anthony Joel Hanna.
Mucha Ishibashi.
McKenna T. Parker.
Lucas Chapin O'Brien.
Edwin Dyson Tew.
Ariel Hyam Kraus.
Shelby Autumn Perez.
Sophie Leah Kraus.
Maxwell Palmer Pruitt.
Luke Archer Woods.
Marcela Rejas.
Samina Kaur Brar.
Devin Lee Cox.
Mason Perky.
Cassidy May Olson.
Audrey Lee.
Jaylee B. Day.
Benjamin Jeffrey Christensen.
Dylan Powell.
Priscilla Lopez Gardina.
Natalie Rose Franklin.
Nicholas Evans Tripathi.
Andrew Jaeyoung Chi.
Rylan Godinez.
Melissa Tung T. Lei.
Noah Youngmin Chun.
Evan William Umland.
Carrie Antoinette James.
Hisu Chung.
Gavin Choi.
Daniel Felix Pinsky.
Olivia Jung.
Hyung Chung.
George Charbel Kamar.
Amanda Lee Scoville.
Yasmin Kaki.
Jonathan Daniel Shiner.
Benjamin Hong Mu Lee.
Lauren Michelle Scoville.
Prue Yontarak.
It's okay. Take your time, sweetie. Take your time. We got time. We got time. Peter C. Tran.
Maya Patricia White.
Leilani Marie Burke.
Jack Christopher Mannion.
Marius Carimo.
Annalise Marie Evans.
Isabella Karamaski.
Carolyn Ashley Gordon.
Brian Chung.
William Neil Smersfelt.
Naomi Goodman.
Artis Andrew Phillips.
Nathan Jack Cook.
Colin Ha.
Madison Sheen T.
Ella Polito.
Dominic Edward Correnti.
Jaden Theodore Milbroat. Hi, Shovel.
Layla Rose Tomsky.
Claire Kathleen Seda.
Kenneth Jung Wook Kim.
Josiah Daniel Smith.
Riley Jean Trowbridge.
Jessica Jean Chilton.
Michael Ty Lisano.
Cade Ryan Bertano.
Ariana Rosa de la Torre Roll.
Caitlin Isabella Ang.
Owen Matthew Gray.
Lonnie Clifford Blanchard.
Juliet Lida Aslanian.
Natalie K. Nelson.
No, I want to keep talking. Alyssa Sayuri Kalea Miyamoto.
Luke Hong.
Colin Edward Malillo.
Dawn Lillian Campbell.
Spencer Clark Malillo.
Samuel Alexander Hoffam.
Natalie Catherine Yu.
Snigdha Prakash.
Caden Todd Smith.
Arthur Arik Kayat.
Christina Zhang.
Sofia Maria Carranza.
I can do that if you want me to. I'll do that for you. Okay. Andrew Isaac Solarte. Can you do the same thing?
Carla Danielle Cadman.
Kevin Soto Rubio.
Atul Kadancha.
Kobe Blaze Hinzer.
Valeria Sandoval.
Raquel Morales del Castillo.
Thomas Garo Manissian.
I can't. Dezen Grant Delgatti.
Campbell Oakley Stilson.
Phoebe Ellen Daruthayan.
Percy Tesu Banks.
Luke David Johnson.
Owen Tyler Shao.
Iris Demasi Nordling.
Agatha Lee Mon.
Caleb Frederick.
Chris Samkian.
John Eric Nielsen.
Nicole Emerald Faith Smith.
Jessica Chloe Santa Ana.
David Yang.
Emmanuel O'Brien Beshid.
Hannah Song.
Brooke Stephanie Smith.
Jacob Torres.
Nicholas Esteban Nunez.
Sarah Madison Torres.
Iman Yasser Kazi.
Nicholas Considine.
Chris O'Grady.
Grace Lorraine Waldron.
Rosalie Renee Ewaldson.
Gordon Kuku Uyu.
Camden Riley Ortiz. Scared me.
Kendall Nicole Knudsen.
Anis Naraf Rafrov.
Joseph Chung.
Ivan Matthew Ostry.
Richard Zhang.
Beautiful. Gabrielle Teresa Mitchell.
Daniel Ray Palafox.
Daniel J. Chung.
Annalisa Rose Yongeling.
Ryan Davis.
Ryan Alexander Lee.
Charlie Dahun Park. Nice.
Justin Taylor Zoltzman.
Logan James Wilcox.
Atena Jabalamali.
Reese Mansure.
Miles William Manning.
Michael Lee Herrick III.
Jacob Wayne Hardy.
You got it, you got it. Emily Claire Martinez.
Isabella Victoria Gasparian.
Haig Mardiros Dakessian. You're my man.
Jack Charles Wilson Erskine.
Thomas Frederick Decker.
Leo Massindero.
Alan Luca De Souza. You just hang right here. Give me a little space. That's fine.
Teresa Diane Gropper.
Lawrence Peck.
Justin Fang.
Jasmine Tia Lytlemeyer.
Nathan Mertens.
Take your time. Take your time. Kai Hoshino Hartsburg.
Summer Hamza.
Hayden Nicholas Henderson.
Angelo Thomas Morato.
Malia Antonia Nakasone.
Daniel Park.
Aaron Lucas Markarian.
Eric Ling Lindstrom.
Tegan Kayomi Godby.
Rafi Kachikian.
Max Armin Gevorkian.
Meiling Zhang.
Oh, I'm still outdoing it. Riley Lane Goodwin.
Kevin Nessum.
Jackson Riley Moore.
Alyudin Omar Kaja.
Isaac Belize.
Haley Olivia Decker.
Sarita Nicole Sharma.
William Ray Roberts.
Christopher Gabriel Nava.
Vincent Stickar.
Catherine Adele Camarena.
Mahayar Sada Seda.
Lucas Dean Lorenzana.
Kayla Lynn Hargraves.
Hayden Nelson.
Jordan Deanne Nelson.
Reese Isabella Ramsayer.
Brian Starrin.
Ethan Chong.
Christiana Shervanyan.
Keynes Lee.
Milo Tavera.
Sophia Salinas.
Ellie Brown.
Max Action Stilson.
Tex Turner Myers.
Riley Talor Kozakar.
Alexa Lillianne McDonald.
Xiomara Chen Marquez.
Michael Anthony Lee.
Sophie Nora Daly. Kaylee Elizabeth McClurkin. Trevor Ware. And Ryan Spate.
Alma mater? Okay. All rise for alma mater. All rise. Thank you. All rise, please.
La Cañada, proud and grand, alma mater shall forever stand. On crowning glory, strong and bold, we shall honor thee, red and gold. Through the years we'll sing thy name with faith and loyalty. Praise to our alma mater. Hail, all
Thank you. And graduating seniors of the class of 2021, please move your tassels from the right side to the left side. Congratulations.
Congratulations to the class of 2021. Thank you, families, friends, staff, and everyone. Drive safely and have a good night. Pictures at home, please, because the Rose Bowl asks us to leave the facility as quickly as we can. Go Spartans!